Hello and welcome to the first lecture of the new section on automating processes using AI. In this course, AI for Data-Driven Management Excellence. So in this section, we will give you a good idea of how to use AI for excellence to automate processes using AI, right? And there we will begin by talking about, how to automate data entry, reporting, reconciliation using tools like UiPath, Power Automate, and AI Builder. And this whole thing comes under the intelligent automation concept of using RPA and AI together. So how do you think you can, automate data entry, reporting, reconciliation using tools like UiPath, Power Automate, and AI Builder? Any thoughts? To automate data entry, reporting, and reconciliation using UiPath Power Automate and AI Builder can eliminate repetitive manual work, reduce errors, and free up staff time for higher value tasks. Now, what are the practical end-to-end steps that you can take to set up automation workflows that combines RPA and AI for different business scenarios? Let us take a look at them. So first, let's take a look at what can you automate. Not everything can be automated, right? So there are a few things that can be automated. Let's understand them. So you can automate data entry, where you can read invoices, forms, or PDFs and enter into ERP or CRM system of your organization. You can automate reporting, where you pull data from Excel databases or API and email dashboards. And you can automate reconciliation as well, where you match invoices with payments, stock versus orders, logs versus the system. And what are the steps that you need to take to do these automations? Let us take a look at them. So, first step obviously is to identify the right processes to automate. And for that, you can use RPA suitability checklist. You need to ask questions like, is it rule based? Is it repetitive? Is there a high volume with this? And are there structured and unstructured input in terms of forms, tables, and emails? And some examples of these processes to automate would be, you know, invoices, you could automate bank statements, Excel entries, legacy systems, and reconciliation reports. So like this, you need to identify the right processes that can be automated and to what that you want to automate. Then you choose the right automation platform. Now, there are tools like UiPath, which are best for enterprise scale automation, the deeper UI automation, and more control. Then there are tools like Power Automate and plus AI Builder, which is a low code automation tool, works well with Microsoft 365, SharePoint, and Dynamics. You could use AI Builder, which can add the form processing, object detection, prediction, classification to Power Automate. Or you could use UiPath document understanding, with which you can do AI plus OCR for semi-structured documents like PDF and scanned forms. So you need to choose the right automation platform based on what is your current state of business. Then let's take a look at automating data entry using AI plus RPA, and let's look at a use case to auto extract invoice data and enter into ERP, right? So the tool that you can use there is Power Automate plus AI Builder. And how can you use this tool? What things you can do in this tool? So first, use form processing model to extract field from invoices. Then you trigger when the new invoice PDF arrives in the SharePoint or Outlook, and use desktop flow to input into legacy server or ERP like SAP or Oracle. Then there is another tool called UiPath that you can use. Now, how can you use UiPath to auto extract invoice data and enter into ERP? You could use document understanding framework of UiPath and use OCR plus ML extractor to pull field from scanned forms and build in sequence to log in and enter data into the UI feeds. So and finally log status into Excel or SQL. So that's how you can automate data entry using AI plus RPA in this use case to auto extract invoice data and enter into ERP. Then let's look at in terms of what are the scenarios to automate reporting. You could consolidate reportings weekly. Example of pulling Excel file from team, merging, cleaning, and charting them. You could have a scenario of email automated summary where you could convert Excel into PDF and attach and send. And you could trigger the business intelligence refresh. And there the example is to run Power BI data set, refresh, and email stakeholders. What are the tools you can use for automated reporting? You could use Power Automate where you can use scheduled cloud flows. You could use UiPath where you use Excel automation plus Outlook automation. And remember to use Power Automate Desktop to automate dragging files, opening legacy tools, or interacting with web dashboards. Let's take a look at another example of bank reconciliation versus invoice reconciliation, and in which the first step is to read the invoice entries using the tools like Power Automate plus AI Builder or UiPath. Then you read the bank statement, right? And the tool you use is Excel parser or PDF OCR, and then you match entry in bank reconciliation. Use Excel VLOOKUP or Python script in Power Automate Desktop and highlight mismatches. Write to summary file or send notifications. Now you can integrate this process with Power BI, SharePoint, or team alerts. So that's an example of bank reconciliation versus invoice reconciliation that we saw earlier. Then you can add AI to smart decisions and predictions. You can do that. And UiPath there supports AI Center for custom models in Python and ML, plus built-in models for classification or extraction. Now, in case of a use case of approving based on the past behavior, you could use a prediction model in the AI builder, and to route to the right team, you can use category classification. To extract field from the documents, you could use form processing in AI Builder. And to read tables from image and PDF, you could use AI Builder plus OCR. So that's how you can add AI for smart decisions and prediction. What are the common automation recipes? You could auto-save email attachments to SharePoints using Power Automate. You could read invoice and extract and enter in SAP using UiPath plus document understanding. And you could send a weekly sales report from Excel through an email or PDF using Power Automate Backup. You could match delivery data versus ERP logs using UiPath plus Excel activities, and you could form it. You could do a form intake into auto classify and route, and there again you need to use Power Automate plus AI Builder classification model. These are some common automation recipes. What are the best practices in this area? So first you need to use triggers like email receipt or file created. So there has to be a trigger. Then you always include error handling and logging in this whole process. Then secure data, encrypt credentials, avoid hard coding, and use audit logs for reconciliations and governance. And finally, test with edge cases, bad scans, missed labels, missing fields, etc. So these are some of the best practices in addition to the common practices that we talked about. So let's summarize how to automate data entry reporting reconciliation using tools like UiPath, Power Automate plus AI Builder. So first, let's take a look at what you want to automate. If you want to automate data entry from PDFs and emails, you can use UiPath or Power Automate plus AI Builder form processing. If you want to automate Excel to system sync, then you need to use Power Automate Desktop or UiPath Excel activities. If it is about, automating daily, weekly reportings, Power Automate Cloudflow plus Excel Outlook would be another good tools to use. And for reconciliation, you could use Excel plus Logic in VLOOKUP and Python plus alerts. And for classification and predictions, you will need to use AI Builder, a no-code machine learning model. So what is next? So in the next lecture, we will talk about the second aspect of automating processes using AI, where we will talk about how can you use AI to assign tasks, predict delays, and optimize resource allocation in the workflow management process. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture on automating processes using AI. I hope you're continuing to learn new things, continuing to enjoy, and I do look forward to see you again in the next lecture. Please feel free to message me if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer your questions and do download the PDF file to take a look at anything that you need to.